knowledge build-up is not an option in the modern world. And my thinking is that in some nations, this has always been the case. These are the nations with a high scientific and technological base, and you can name them. They're found in the developed world, but of course emerging markets like China have also joined the race. In my usual search for trending matters in scientific and technological fields, I find that there are two biotechnological solutions in the food industry, namely cell-based meats, or meat cultivation, if you will, and precision fermentation. I watched a very incisive webinar which unpacked the process involved as well as the challenges. The presenter informed the audience that already some companies have produced products which are known as recombinant recombinant protein alternatives. But the main problem is scalability, and it gives a scientific basis for this, including the fact that mammalian cells which are used in this process, they grow more slowly than most other microorganisms, if you might consider even bacteria and others, even algae. And the fact that also these bioreactors, which are used in these processes, have previously been used for pharmaceutical industries, so they're only just being repurposed for these meat solutions, meat and dairy product solutions. And one of the challenges of that one is the fact that these bioreactors have low capacity, as low as 20,000 liters. And you see, we are trying to solve a problem, especially in Africa where food is a problem. So we are trying to create solutions which are not animal-based. So if you look at the fact that Africa is such a large continent with a big food problem, you're able to understand why 20,000 liter capacity of bioreactor is actually not enough, So he also goes ahead and gives the other challenges like the regulatory processes in the US especially, but also when he went to Australia, he says he was subjected to a Senate hearing on the process. Now, he also goes ahead to give the differences between cell-based meat and precision fermentation. In cell-based meat, if I'll just give you a brief, is that we're using the actual cell which is gotten from an animal, what he calls a biopsy. It can be an embryonic stem cell, as it says. And then the other difference, the other precision fermentation, in the case of precision fermentation, you're using DNA. And that's the main difference between cultivation of meats and precision fermentation. So I will send you the webinar itself, part of it, which I find relevant. And there's a second video which a company has tried to solve some of these problems of scalability or the bioreactor process, and it gives the way they're trying to solve that problem in clearly statistical terms, statistical and scientific terms, as you might say. So I hope these will be helpful, because biotechnology is actually a solution. And if these companies have found a way of producing meat products, including what I have in the picture here of a 3D produced stick, that picture you can see down there. Let me just highlight it. This picture, this one here, you can see that it's actually showing you. Have I highlighted it? Not much. Yes. Let me just give it to you. This one here. It's a 3D produced meat. 3D. We've heard of 3D printing, and now it's being applied even to food products. The whole idea here is compatibility with human needs, and that's where the regulatory regime comes in. The FDA, the USDA, and other regulatory bodies. So the explanations I'll send you from that webinar, and then that company which is trying to solve these problems of scalability, and the scientific and statistical explanation as he gives it. So hopefully it's helpful.